From his 1993 Strange Cargoes album, that was William Orbit and a song called Water from a Vine Leaf. And before that, you were listening to Greg, who tells me this evening via carrier pigeon that he'll be back on Freedom FM next Monday at about 8 p.m. Good Tuesday evening to you. How's it going? Thanks for tuning in. I'm Feargal, back again with 2 hours of music and games just for you. And since it's Tuesday, that means we'll be getting some Tuesday night shifting on very soon. And that's not all, because we'll also be jumping into a round of triple threat action just after midnight. Stay tuned for more details on both of those very shortly. Now, if you want to join in tonight, and why wouldn't you, you can shoot me over a text or WhatsApp to 086-206-8888. More into your emails, and drop me a line at hello@freedomfm.ie. And if you want, we can follow each other on the socials, where you can find me under the handle Voice Actor Fergs on Threads, Insta, Blue Sky, and my new one, Says, spelled S-E-Z, says.us. Reach out and I'll do my best to get you on the show. And talking of shows, why don't you and I make some memories this evening? And we can do that in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the world-famous Tuesday night cruise on Freedom FM, your 2-hour escape into the best 90s and noughties, relaxing, romantic, and chilled tunes anywhere on the radio. Now, while some of you are at home, there are some of us burning the midnight oil at the moment, and because of that, every Tuesday night we like to tip our hats to those sharing the graveyard shift with me in a segment we like to call Tuesday Shifting. So if you are one of the night owls at work at the moment, we're all ears to hear from you. Reach out via text or WhatsApp to 086-206-8888, because we are curious to know who you are, where you're working, what you're up to at work, and what's keeping you going through your night shift. So that number again is 086-206-8888, 086-206-8888 on text or WhatsApp. And let's slip into the back row for some Tuesday Shifting, shall we? Did you know that every November is Men's Mental Health Month, otherwise known as Movember? And we here at Freedom FM want to remind you, if you are a man suffering from a mental health issue at the moment, be that anxiety, panic, depression, remember, it's absolutely fine to talk about how you feel. Don't bottle it up, talk it out. In 1972, Laurie Lieberman wrote and released the original version of Killing Me Softly, and later in the 70s it was covered by Roberta Flack. Then in summer 1996, the Fugees took their version all the way to number 1. Welcome to the Night Cruise right here on Freedom FM, where we're just about to kick off our Tuesday Shifting bit. And if you're wondering what that's all about, well, it's our way of acknowledging and connecting with those of us who are working the night shift this evening. So let's get it underway by saying hello to Ollie Crossan, who sent in this WhatsApp. Fergal says, I'm in the Tesco in Nace tonight doing a thing called the Night Pack, which is where we stock the shelves for the opening tomorrow. I have Freedom in my headphones while working in the chiller aisle. Thanks for reaching out, Ollie, and I hope you're not stuck in the cold aisle all shift long. Now, Leah Davitt has also sent me in a WhatsApp. Fergal, she says, I'm on the front desk of a hotel in Kilkenny this evening. I'm currently doing the billing for the guests who are leaving in the morning. I have Freedom FM on my tablet, and I'm looking forward to knocking off at about 6 tomorrow morning. You know what, Leo? I do hope it stays nice and quiet for you tonight so you can concentrate on listening to Freedom FM, and thank you for getting in touch. And finally, for now, Ciara McGinty is in Wicklow Town this evening. Fergal, she says, I'm in a pub. It's empty except for me, so I'm closing a bit earlier than I normally do. I have Freedom FM playing through the PA system while I clean up after a quiet night. Glad to hear that you're getting home early tonight, Ciara, and thank you for getting in touch. So, what about you? If you're working this evening and fancy a shout out during the next round of Tuesday Shifting, then drop me a WhatsApp or text to 086-206-8888. You're listening to the Tuesday Night Cruise on Freedom FM, and that means only one thing: Tuesday Shifting, the part of the night where we give a shout out to everyone who's working hard on the late shift. So without wasting any more of your precious time, let's get to this final round of shifting shout outs underway by saying a big good evening to Robert, Glynn and Rahini, who sent me in this WhatsApp. Evening, Feargal. Evening, Robert. I'm shutting up a fast food outlet tonight. I've done the tills. Now I'm doing the wipe down and rubbish dump. I love listening to the cruise in my earbuds while working. It's the music that gets me through the close. Thank you for getting in touch, Robert, and safe home after work. Now, this week's final Tuesday Shifting goes out to Jack Garvey in Galway. Evening, Feargal, says Jack. Did you know that I'm Galway's best taxi man? Well, I do now, Jack. Like you, I'm on till 1 tomorrow morning. It's been a busy night so far, and I'm winding going down with freedom between passengers. Glad that you had a good shift, Jack, and thank you for reaching out. And is there any chance that you could pop over to Dublin and take me home after I finish, Jack? Now, listen up, because if you've enjoyed listening to what people are doing at work this evening, you know what you have to do. Spread the word, invite a friend, and tell them to join us next Tuesday just after 11, when we will do it all over again. It was this month 19 years ago when Goodbye My Lover came out for Christmas 2005, and James Blunt got it all the way to the number 13 in that year's festive chart. Well, good morning and welcome to Wednesday, 20th November, and to the second hour of the Night Cruise, your go-to for the finest 90s and noughties romance, relaxing and chill tunes. My name is Feargal. Thank you for staying with me, and guess what? The best is yet to come, because it's time for you to have a crack at our triple threat game. 3 songs, 3 speeds, all smushed up into one little snippet. And your mission is to identify the 3 songs, get them right, and you could win the grand prize of a shout-out on the radio just before 1 a.m. So with the game explained in just a few short words, and if you're ready to play, let's dive into this week's triple threat.
Should stay, I would only be in your way.
I build myself up and fly around in circles, waiting as my heart drops and my back begins to tingle finally.
So if you think you've cracked the triple threat code and know what 3 songs they are and fancy a shot at Night Cruise fame with a possible name check just before 1, then send me a WhatsApp or text to 086 206 8888. That's 086 286 8888, and tell me what 3 songs these are.
Should stay, I would only be in your way.
I build myself up and fly around in circles, waiting as my heart drops and my back begins to tingle finally.
So it's 086 206 8888 if you know those 3 songs. And as always, if I get any incorrect guesses, I'll tell you some of those right after we hear from Kelly Clarkson. It's Freedom FM's Night Cruise, your home for the smoothest 90s and noughties, relaxing, romantic and chill tunes, brought to you every Monday to Thursday evening by Nikki and myself. Now, earlier on I challenged you to decipher our triple threat game. 3 songs, 3 tempos, all in one short snippet. And surprisingly, we've had a few misses. So let's clear the air, because I can tell you that this week's triple threat does not feature You're Still the One by Shania Twain, Rush Rush by Paula Abdul, or Dido's White Flag. So, if you're still playing along and fancy a shot of possibly winning yourself a name check on the radio in a bit, then have a listen and see if you can decode this.
Should stay, I would only be in your way.
I build myself up and fly around in circles, waiting as my heart drops and my back begins to tingle finally.
Now, if you can identify those three songs, then ping me on WhatsApp to 086 206 8888. That's 086 206 8888. But hurry, because the answer, it's coming up soon. It's Freedom FM's Night Cruise, and as part of Movember, Men's Mental Health Month, we here at Freedom FM are asking everyone to check in with the men in their lives and remind them that it is okay to talk if they're feeling low, depressed, or have anxiety. From 2008, that's Beyonce and Sweet Dreams on Freedom FM's Night Cruise, where I want to say a big thank you to everyone who joined in on playing this week's Triple Threat Challenge. And in the event you've forgotten, here's a recap of this week's Triple Threat.
If I should stay, I would only be in your way.
I build myself up and fly around in circles, waiting as my heart drops and my back begins to tingle finally.
Now, I have had a flood of correct answers this morning, but as you know, our system only displays 4 names at any one time, so I can only say a hearty good morning and congratulations to Leslie Wilkins joining us via WhatsApp from Cork, June Ryan tuning in from Dunleary, Dennis Kemp who's listening in from Drimna, and Kay Lambert all the way down in Blessington, who all correctly said that this week's Triple Threat are... Wait, before I reveal the songs... If you enjoyed playing the game, you'll do me a solid, won't you? Spread the word and join us again next week just after midnight when we will do it all over again. As for this week's Triple Threat songs, in reverse order, they are Chasing Pavements by Adele, I Will Always Love You by Whitney, and Shaggy's Angel. That was the last of this week's Triple Threat. That's Adele, and Chasing Pavements tells me that is all the mess I can make of your radio for this week. Thank you for your company, both you and your messages made to the show this morning. Nikki, well, she's going to do the next night cruise at 11 p.m. tonight. Alan will be here at 7 with the Freedom Years, and Darren is up next with Essential Beats live from New York. As for me, I'll be back on Monday morning at midnight with another night cruise. Until then, thank you for your time this time. So until next time, you know what you have to do. Take care of yourselves and each other.